welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on this makeup look. I know, let's just address the hair. I had it done today and I wanted to go ginger for like quite a while now, but I was gonna get hair extensions put in when I was blonde, but I don't know, I do loads of stuff with my hair and I'm just the type of person that just like, if I get something in my head, I gotta do it. So I just went in there and I was like, yeah, I want ginger hair. So yeah, this happened. I really like it. I feel very Hailey from Paramore right now. Loving it, loving it. So let me know what your thoughts are on the hair. Yeah, I done this like weird blue gold sparkly makeup look. I'm gonna say it's for Valentine's Day, but you can wear it whenever. And I've given you two lip options, so this is the second one, I just kept her on. Or I've given you like a cool tone nude. So I'm gonna be doing another makeup tutorial before I go to New York. So it's gonna be this one and then another one, and then I won't be doing another one until like maybe a week and a half later. So yeah, it's gonna be a big Sephora haul, so get ready for that. And I think I'll probably vlog in New York as well, just because, just for me, like I have a really bad memory, so I just want to do it personally for myself, just so I don't forget any of the amazing things I'm going to see. But also, you know, I'll post it online if you want to see it, you can see it. If you like the look of this makeup look and you want to see how to get it, then just keep on watching. So to start off with, I'm going to be priming my face with the Olay Flawless Hydration Blur. This is a really good moisturiser makeup. Just because it has that blurring technology in it, it's just good for underneath the primer. So next I'm going to be going in with the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. I'm mixing it with the sleek Illuminator in Monaco just to give a nice glowy complexion to the skin. And the Nivea Men is just like quite sticky, so it makes all the foundation and stuff stick better. So for the eyes, I'm going to be priming them first with the Girl Pro Conceal. I like to use a concealer first just to hide any discoloration. This is also like a good eye base primer on its own anyway. But I am going to go in with the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base. So this is just going to prolong the eyeshadow and make the colour a bit more vibrant. And then just going to set it there with the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, the lightest shade. Any face powder or cream eyeshadow will do. And then I'm just going to go in with my brows. It's the Anastasia Brow Definer in Caramel. And I've been using it a bit and I'm on the fence with it. Just because you use it twice and the shape of it is already like starting to round off. So I have to like just draw on a little bit of paper, like a few squiggles, just to make it like nice and sharp again. But it's nice. I like the finish that it gives to my brows. They look a lot more natural. So just filling them in as I normally would. Flicking up at the front. And then I'm just going to carve them out with the Illamasqua White Concealer. With a little concealer brush. And then I just blend it out with my finger usually. Okay, so for the first transition shade is by Makeup Geek, and it's in the colour Duchess, which is this, like, I don't know, it's like a purpley blue colour, and I'm just putting that on the lid and in the crease as well with my Sigma E40. Then I just keep blending and blending and applying more colour until I get the colour intensity that I want it. So yeah, just building that in the crease as well as on the lid. And then just above that blue colour, I'm going to place Barcelona Beach and Frappe mixed together. So one is a warm brown, one is a cool brown, and they're both from Makeup Geek. Did I just say that? I don't know. But yeah, that's just going right above the blue. And then I'm just going to take Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek with my Sigma E40 and just blend just above that. Just so it's nice and seamless. And yeah. And then I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with MAC Nylon, which is a really icy, shimmery shade. And then just to make it not so harsh, I'm just going to go back in with my Sigma E40 just to blend out the edges. And then I'm going to take this
This brush is like a really cheap one from eBay. I remember it was like in a pack of 7. So just type in an eBay like pack of 7 eye brush set. So yeah, I'm just taking that Duchess shade again and just placing it mainly in the socket, not taking it any higher, and then just going back in with my Sigma 40 and just blending everything together. And then going in with my Morphe 35D palette and this really metallic crazy royal blue colour, and I'm just going to take a flat shader brush from Sigma and just place that right on the lid in a like sweepy patting motion as well. And then just going to take that cheap eBay brush again and just blend out the edges in the crease with no additional product, that is. And then I'm just going to take some of my Bare Minerals Well Rested concealer and I'm just putting that like sort of on the brow bone. The Well Rested concealer is really like pigmented, so I just wanted to get rid of some of that transition because it went a little bit too high for me. And then I'm just going to take my little Morphe Precise blending brush and this navy matte blue shade and just putting that directly in the socket. And then again just blending that out with my cheapy eBay brush. Then you just want to keep going back in with your Sigma E40 just to carry on blending those colours together. And then once everything looks pretty much blended, I'm just going to go in with this Wet n Wild pressed glitter. I had high hopes for this, but oh my god, no. Pressing that into my eyelid, and as you can see it is not like coming out as I wanted it to, so I switched to a brush. See if that would work any better. That worked a little bit better, but then I just thought, oh, I'm just going to put my MAC Reflex Gold on top. So I'm just taking my little flat brush, I think this is one from Sigma, and just pressing that in like a really kind of precise semi-circle shape. So I'm just taking it just above where my crease naturally folds when I open my eyes, because I have hooded lids and I don't want anything to transfer past that semicircle. So that's just a little tip. If you have hooded lids, just go right above where the crease folds. And then I'm just going to take the metallic blue shade that I add on the lid and just lightly go around the perimeter of the circle, just so there's like this little halo of blue still like peeking through. Okay, now for some winged eyeliner, I'm going to take my Kiko Definition eyeliner, and I do like this eyeliner, but you do have to kind of give it 2 coats, and also if you get it in your eye, oh my god, like it stings like a biatch, so yeah, be careful with it if you do buy it. But I really like the applicator. The brush is really fine, so you can get like proper like wings on fleek. So yeah, I just make a little line on the outer edge and then just go back on itself on the end and then just like fill it in. And then if you make any mistakes, I'm just going to take a little makeup remover on a pad and just clean up the edge. And then just coating my lashes with some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic. Ready for my falsies. So for falsies, I'm going to use these Primer Lash ones in the style XOX. Just applying them with some tweezers, and I used Duo Lash Glue. And then I'm just going to take my mascara again just to blend them in. These lashes are so amazing. They're like $3.99 off the Primer Lash website. And then for foundation, I'm just going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation in the shade Fair 3. I wasn't sure if this is going to match me, but it did, so it's fine. And I'm just blending that in with a Real Techniques sponge, damp. And this is a very full coverage matte foundation. I normally don't go for matte foundations just because I am so dry, but it does work for me. I do exfoliate a lot, so if you have like really dry flaky skin, sorry, if you have really dry flaky skin, I would just, suggest you don't buy this because it is expensive. And then I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer Natural. This is like a peachy undertone concealer, so it's just going to cancel out the dark circles underneath your eyes, and then just blending that in with my Real Technique sponge again. And then just to further brighten, because I am like super duper pale right now, it is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer I'm using here in the shade Chantilly, which is the lighter shade. It's basically white. And I'm just putting that on all the high points of my face, underneath my eyes, my nose, in between my eyebrows, chin. And then I'm just going to go in with some of the Urban Decay Naked Skin, just because I find that the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer isn't very blendable. It's quite thick. So I like to mix it with another sort of like waterier concealer just to make it easier to blend for myself. And I'm just using the Morphe G2 brush here just to blend it in, and then as you notice I'm tapping it in. I am not swiping because I don't want to move any of the product. I just want to keep all the coverage in the places where I put the concealer. And I prefer to use this brush to do like this step, like my under eyes, instead of the sponge, just because the sponge will grab a lot of the product and take away a little bit of the coverage. And then just to pick up any excess, I just go in with the sponge. I sound a bit contradictory there, don't I? But hey ho. So just to set the under eyes, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going to put that on all the places where I just highlighted, because even though this is matte, I do still need to set it, otherwise it will crease underneath the eyes. And then just for some bronzing, I'm going to be using the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I find this is a really good contour shade for deeper skin tones, and then for me, pale, it's just like a nice bronzer because it does show up a little bit warmer because I'm so fair. But I'm just putting this on like where I contour, and then just on like the perimeter of my face, just to give me a little bit of warmth because I look a bit dead right now. And by the way, I'll list all the brushes and everything that I use down below, so if you're interested in any brushes that I'm using, just check them out below. And then just to contour my nose, I'm going to be going with the New Look Pure Colour contour palette thing, and I use the coolest shade, and I use this to contour my nose. I just find that this shade is just the best shade that I found just to contour the nose because it's so natural looking. So I just try and get the lines pretty close to each other. This will just narrow down the nose, and then I just go on the end as well just to lift it up a bit, and then I just go over it with my sponge just to kind of like blend up the lines so it looks a little bit more natural. Then for blush, I'm going to be using Milani Luminoso, which is a nice peachy blush, and just putting that on the apps of my cheeks going back towards the hairline. And then for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Mary Luminizer by the Balm. And because this is a matte foundation and I like to look glowy, I am putting this everywhere, just like on the apples of the cheeks, on the high points of the cheekbones, above the eyebrow, down the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, and chin. And this is a nice like icy white colour, so it's really good on fair skin. It looks really nice on tan skin as well, because it does have like kind of that more yellowy undertone. And then just cleaning up my contour, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder with the sponge. Just kind of like swiping it underneath there, and then I leave it for about a minute, and then I just kind of dust it away with a duo fibre brush, just so it doesn't leave such a harsh line. And then for my lower lash line, I'm just taking this Gosh cream eyeshadow stick in light copper, and I'm just placing this underneath the lash line. And it's just like a nice bronzy, sparkly shade. And then just blending it out with a little, I think this brush is from an Urban Decay palette. This is not a good angle back, but this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara I'm just placing on my bottom lashes. And then for lip option 1, I'm just going in with Lime Crime Cashmere. I don't really support Lime Crime, but I did buy this just before all that scandal happened before, so I am going to use it up. So yeah, that's lip option 1. It's a nice cool toned greyish purplish colour. And then the second one is this bright red lip gloss. This is from Rimmel, and it's the Apocalypse lip gloss. I can't remember what colour it is, but I'll leave that down below. And then this was a bad idea though, because it was just all over my teeth like the whole intro, so sorry about that. But I did try to like save it by just sticking my finger in my mouth and just pulling just to get all the excess off, but it still didn't work. So maybe this is not a good option, but just like a red lip I think looks really nice with this. And this is the finished look. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys. Mwah.